Hey guys, this is E10's son from SunBros. Today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys this brand new video. But before we get started with that, I want to make sure I remind you guys on how to get entered in for a chance to win our guaranteed skin giveaways that we do every Sunday night during our 1-hour question and answer live stream. All you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and comment below with your in-game name and which skin you'd like to receive on either the NA or EU servers under 700 vouchers. And remember, the more videos that you do this with that are uploaded each week, the higher chance you have to win. Alright guys, welcome to our how to build Liliana video. I'm really excited about this one. Liliana is one of the deepest, most diverse heroes that we have in Arena of Valor, so making a build for her was both challenging and super entertaining, and I know that we've got a build for you guys that you guys are going to love and you guys are going to tear it up on the battlefield with. So I'm excited about getting to this one. And instead of being in the hero page like we normally are to start our videos off, we're actually in game because I have to transform into fox form in order to get the descriptions of the fox form abilities. Because what we're going to do, as always, is we're going to go through her abilities and figure out a little bit more about what Liliana does, who she is, kind of her strengths and weaknesses, and you know, to best figure out how to build her in order to accent and you know, use those strengths and minimize those weaknesses. So we're going to start with her passive. And we're going to go over her human form abilities, and then we're going to switch to her fox form abilities. Our passive is human, it's fox form. Human form grants ranged normal attacks. Fox form increases armor and magic defense and movement speed. Normal attacks in fox form deal magic damage. Good thing to know. So everything she does is magic damage, regardless of which form she is. First ability in human form is Shining Light. Liliana focuses her magic and deals a bunch of magic damage to enemies in a targeted circular area. If the ability hits 2 or more enemy heroes, then normal attacks are enhanced to deal additional magic damage equal to 5% plus 1% for every 120 ability power of the target's maximum HP for the next 4 seconds. So real quick note, that is the maximum HP of the target and not the maximum HP of Liliana. So it's really good against mages. And depending on how much ability power you end up building and stacking throughout the game, you might actually be able to get a pretty good amount of that damage. It's really, really nice because it's the normal attacks are enhanced for the next 4 seconds. So you could potentially do 2 or 3 auto attacks and really do some nasty damage if you are able to proc that. Okay, and then her second ability in human form is Blinding Light rather. Liliana fires a magical missile that explodes upon reaching an enemy target, dealing a bunch of magic damage to all nearby enemies as well as stunning them for 1 second. And then ultimate is Unpredictable. Liliana charges in the target direction and enters fox form, dealing magic damage to enemies along the path and slowing them down. Liliana cannot be targeted while charging, and she gains armor and magic defense as well as ability power for excuse me, for 2.5 seconds after entering fox form. So that's her first set of abilities in human form. We're gonna go ahead and transform into fox form, and we're going to let you guys know what the abilities are in fox form. We'll let her attack and do her thing there. Okay, her first ability in fox form is Foxtrot. Liliana attacks the target with her tails, dealing a bunch of damage, magical damage, and then her next normal attack is enhanced and deals magic damage 3 times. She also dashes forward, so it's a little bit of a dash too. Liliana's second ability is Leap of the Fox. Liliana leaps in the target direction, dealing magic damage to enemies along the path. It's more of a dash. It looks like a dash anyways, or it feels like a dash. The ability turns into Reiki Shot if she hits an enemy hero, and becomes immediately usable if an enemy hero is hit. Yeah, firing Reiki shots at the enemy hero deals a crazy amount of damage to target and nearby enemies. And last but not least, it's again Unpredictable. Liliana teleports to the target location instead of dashing, and returns to human form, leaving magic circles behind at the beginning point and the ending point of the teleportation, and reducing the magic points reduce the movement speed of enemies inside the circles by 50%. The circles explode after 1 second, dealing magic damage. Liliana cannot be targeted while teleporting and gains 80 ability power for 2.5 seconds after entering human form. So she gets some nice buffs in and out of that. So okay, let's go ahead and back out of the game here. We're going to go to Liliana's build page and we're going to make a build for her. Now, interesting note, everything is really low cooldown on Liliana. She doesn't have anything crazy, like crazy high cooldowns to deal with. but cooldown reduction is still something that's really good on her, so we're going to be looking at that to some degree. But we're really going to accent some of the strengths of Liliana's kit in order to build her best. So I'm going to give you guys two builds like I do a lot of times. One of them is going to be just a regular mid lane build, and one of them is going to be a jungle build, which you could also use mid lane if you really want to. I would not object to that, and I'll kind of explain why. So we're going to go with the regular mid lane build first. The first item we're going to be taking is Orb of the Magi. Pretty simple. You get up to 260. You're going to end up getting 260 ability power after 5 minutes of time because of the passive Bide, which gives you health and ability power. You're also going to get 1100 health, which is pretty solid. So that'll give it a total of 260 ability power, 10% cooldown reduction. And then every time she gains a level, she's going to get HP and mana regen. So it's really solid. Then we're going to go ahead and move on to boots. And we're going to be getting Gilded Greaves. No questions asked. You get a little bit of magic defense. You get a little bit of movement speed, obviously, but you're gonna get, the reason we're getting them is because they're unique passive resistance, 35%. What that means is that if you are going to get crowd controlled in any way, shape, or form, slows, knockups, stuns, knockbacks, freezes, anything like that, if that were to last 1 second, the 35% reduction would take it down to 0.65 seconds. So one of the only things that really is going to stop Liliana, that's really going to get her to get killed if you're playing her well, is getting stunned or crowd controlled and killed while she's in human form. And now we've really gotten ourselves a way to get out of that, so or at least help get out of that situation. So obviously Gilded Greaves is going to be our next pick. Then we're going to be going back to magic, and here's where you could go a few different ways. The two main things that I saw was Boomstick, which is a lot of ability power, no question about that. 240 is a good amount. The passive is really good. I found it to be lacking. I didn't really find it to be as great as I thought it would be. So I just in testing I was not. Sorry, let me drink some water. Sorry about that. All right, in testing I wasn't really that impressed with Boomstick, so I went and skipped on that. The second thing that I saw pretty frequently was Barris Agony, and that's even in the suggested builds. The cooldown reduction is nice, the ability power is nice, the armor is even nice, making her even more tanky in human form and more tanky, really tanky in fox form. Because her passive gives her some armor, magic defense in fox form, and her ultimate gives her some for 2.5 seconds after switching into fox form. So really, she gets pretty freaking tanky in her for 2.5 seconds after entering fox form because of all that stuff. Barris Agony wasn't nearly what I wanted either. Especially, I thought the passive would work off really well because I thought it would work out really well because Liliana is constantly casting abilities, whether it's human form or fox form. And I thought she would really be able to get a lot of burn damage going on people because the cooldown is only 1.2 seconds. But it was really a letdown. It wasn't really what I was looking for. So there's a bunch of other directions that I thought about going in, but I decided to give Apocalypse a try. And that's what I ended up going with. Apocalypse gives us 200 ability power, which is a pretty good amount. 10% cooldown reduction, but the passive, boys and girls, the passive is where it's at. That's what we focused on. After using an ability, the next normal attack deals additional magic damage equal to 30% of your attack damage. So that's whatever attack damage you have, and you're going to come with some off the bat. Just you're not going to build any, obviously, but you're going to start with some. Plus 80% ability power, and it has a 2-second cooldown. This actually works really incredibly well on Liliana, and it accents and accentuates her abilities phenomenally. And I'm going to explain it really well to you guys so you guys understand how that works. So kind of a dual thing. So the easiest the easiest thing that you're going to do when you're in human form is kind of just the 1-2 punch of the second ability and the first ability, or the first ability and the second ability, depending on what makes you more comfortable. You're going to get this stun off for 1 second and the big AoE damage up under their feet. It's a really solid hit. Now, when you have Apocalypse, you have the availability of following that 1-2 punch up with a third punch, which is an auto attack by her. An auto attack, by the way, that endgame will end up doing a solid 1,300 damage extra. So now you're talking about following up 2 extremely powerful abilities and her first and second abilities in human form with an auto attack. It's a pretty nasty little combo. And then if you want to go even further than that, you can actually teleport into fox form and hit the first ability in fox form, which I believe is Foxtrot. So she hits them with her tail, bam, and then she does 3 enhanced auto. Her next normal attack is 3 attacks and they're enhanced. And man, that does a nasty amount of damage too. So if you're really going to town on a combo, you know, you can 1-2 punch in human form, auto attack, go into fox form, which makes her really tanky for 2.5 seconds, and then you're going to be able to hit her first ability in fox form, auto attack. That auto attack is going to hit like a truck. I was actually testing it out and doing it against some towers, because the extra damage does work on towers for both the first abilities enhanced auto attacks and the apocalypse enhancement. And guys, I was able to hit some towers for well over 2,000 damage with one single attack of Foxtrot. And I mean, we're talking probably closer to 3,000 damage. And she can melt towers with this. But she just does so much nasty damage. It works really well with her ability combinations, just exceptionally well. And if you're, let me give you a little scenario. If you're in a 1v1 situation or 1v2 situation, maybe you're getting close to getting them knocked down, but you're almost dead. Remember, you can use her ultimate in either direction to avoid damage. So if you use it because you're untargetable while you're teleporting or dashing, using that ultimate, whether you're going into human form or into fox form, and if you avoid that damage for 1 second, and then you're able to cast an ability or an auto attack immediately upon landing, you're gonna do some nasty quick damage and be able to survive those fights that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to. So Apocalypse I have found to work extremely well on her, and once you guys get it down pat, I promise you that you will love it also. Next we're gonna be doing our next magic item, which is going to be Kate's Diadem, 200 ability power, and the incredible passive Warlock, which increases your ability power by 35%. Remember, that's not only going to make all your abilities hit harder, that's going to make the enhancements of Apocalypse hit harder also. So that's going to make your auto attacks hit like a truck after abilities, and you're going to get a little bit of Magic Pierce, which is always nice to have. Then we're going to be going to another magic item, and this one is going to be Ria's Blessing. Now, one of the things I want to point out about this build that we're doing so far is with the first item, or with Magi, we're getting 1100 HP, making us a little bit more tanky than we normally otherwise would have been. We have some magic defense on the Gilded Greaves, and of course we have the natural tankiness that Liliana brings to the table in fox form. Then we're going to get Ria's Blessing, which is going to give us 2 things. It's going to give us several things actually. Give us ability power, cooldown reduction, obviously those are nice, but it's the passives, both of them. The first one is Life Shield. You gain a shield that absorbs a bunch of damage, so it's 450 plus 50 per level plus 40% ability power, and we're gonna have a solid amount of ability power. So when we gain a shield in fox form, we're gonna be pretty incredibly tanky for a mage, like very tanky. We're gonna have a shield, we're gonna have a bunch of armor boosts, we're gonna have a bunch of magic resist boost, and we're going to have the second passive here, Magic Lifesteal. We're going to get 25% Magic Lifesteal, which is solid because she's going to be able to do so much burst magic damage with this build, including her auto attacks, that she's going to be able to get a lot of health back, kind of unexpectedly. I mean a lot. Like, you're going to be surprised how much health you can regenerate using this build in the proper way. So, Ria's Blessings next, and last but not least, I'm going balls to the wall, balls deep, Holy of Holies, 400 ability power, and of course 1400 health, giving us a total of 2500 extra health on this build. We get the shield, we get some Magic Lifesteal. This gives Liliana a multifaceted style of damaging. Now, for the most part, normally human form is where you want to stay with Liliana because she does the majority of her damage in human form, but not anymore. With this build, you've really enhanced fox form also, so that Liliana can do some disgusting damage with that first ability, Foxtrot in fox form, where she's going to whip him with the tail, and then she's going to do the triple auto attack, which is just disgusting, guys, because it hits so hard. You're going to do one auto attack with a mage, by the way. You're playing a mage. You're going to do one auto attack with a mage that is going to hit for 3000 damage, or roundabouts there. It's just disgusting. And that's not even including the attack itself. So you're literally, her first ability with this setup of gear, endgame, can hit for over 4000 damage. it's a work of art. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love it. So this is the build. This is the first build we're gonna do as a mid lane mage. Now, what I'm gonna do in the jungle, and what I suggest if you're gonna jungle with her, you do. This is the jungle build. Same exact thing. We're just swapping out Orb of the Magi for Loki's Curse. Now, I want to point something out to you. We're gonna get more HP, so we're not getting 1100. We're getting 400. Not bad. We're gonna have 120 ability power instead of 260. But the passive, the first passive. Oh no, so we're gonna get more. We're gonna get 8 stacks, 8 ability power, and 30. So we're gonna get 15 stacks. So we're gonna get 120 extra. So we're gonna have 240 ability power on Loki's Curse when it's all said and done. So it's only 20 less than Orb of the Magi would have given us. We're gonna get some HP, which is less, but look at this passive right here. Power, curse power. After using an ability, the next normal attack deals additional magic damage equal to 35% attack damage and 45% ability power. Now you'll remember it reads almost identically to our Apocalypse one, and yes, they do indeed stack. So we're going to be hitting 30 and 80%, 30% attack power, 80% ability power, and we're going to be hitting 35% attack damage and 45% ability power. So at this point, we're hitting people after casting an ability for 125% of our ability damage on top of our regular stuff. Boys and girls, let me tell you, this hits like a effing truck. It's gonna hit so hard, and this is just a sick build on her. The damage Liliana is able to output, and not only do I think this is the best overall damage build for Liliana, and I think the most useful because it does give her a little bit of tankiness to kind of enhance her fox form. I think this is the deepest build for her because what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to dip into all the facets of what Liliana brings to the table more frequently and use her fox form and her human form to their strengths a lot more frequently, rather than being afraid of switching in or out of each form because of a concern you might have about something externally. So you're really going to take Liliana's gameplay by the horns, and this build is going to put you in control of what you want to do with her. Not to mention you're going to be two-shotting towers and being a disgusting monster of a mage. So these are the two builds. Let's go ahead and talk about Arcana as we always do. Well, at least we always do now. Arcana on mage is going to be, oops, wrong one. It's going to be pretty simple. We're going to be taking Violate for ability power and magic pierce. We're going to be taking Devour for ability power and magic lifesteal. If we get the 10 Devour, we're going to have 10% lifesteal, and then we're going to get 25% from Rhea's Blessing, putting us at 35% magic lifesteal. Guys, I'm telling you, beyond the tankiness, beyond the extra health we're going to get on this build, beyond the extra armor and magic resist that we're going to get in fox form, she's going to be able to regenerate her life crazy fast. If you're like dying in human form and you really need something to kind of get you back up a little bit in a fight, transform into fox form where you're invulnerable, you can't be targeted, immediately hit your first ability and auto attack, and the amount of damage that first ability is going to do between the actual tail of the hit of the tail and the auto attack, the boosted triple auto attack, you're going to be able to regenerate so much of your life, it's going to shock you. And then the green is going to be Hex, which is going to be ability power cooldown reduction, which gives us a really solid amount of extra ability power. Plus, it gives us, you know, some good magic pierce from the first one from Violate. Gives us some good movement speed. Oh no, sorry, it gives us magic lifesteal, and of course, it gives us cooldown reduction, which is not bad to have. I mean, well, so on build number 1, let's just take a quick peek at this. On build number 1, we're going to be able to get to 10, 20, 37%, and then on build 2, the jungle build, you're gonna get 27%. Now, I would tell you guys right here, right now, if you guys want to use the jungle build in lane, I would say go for it. There's not really an issue for me in doing that. People might get upset. Oh my God, he's taking punish and he's going jungle items. Who cares? It's good. This is going to be the one that's gonna hit like a freaking freight train. So then Arcana, if you're talents, if you're going to go with the jungle, you obviously got to take punish. If not, take endure. Give yourself a third way of surviving an attack. Then you have going into fox form, completely untargetable. Going into human form, completely untargetable. And then you have endure, completely untargetable. You can really be unkillable. Really be sly as a fox. pun intended. All right, guys, those are our three our builds for Liliana. I'm so excited for you guys to try them and let me know in stream how disgusting and filthy they are. I'm gonna give you guys one last peek at them. Here's regular mid lane build, jungle build, and I'm really excited about you guys giving these a shot. Please let me know in the comment section after you guys try them out how disgusting you love them. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, until next time,